Boop.
Good episode. You said turned in instead of tuned in. When did I do that? Oh, is the music quiet? Dang it. Oh, well. What's Kathleen's alt? I don't know. I don't even know if she's a good jungler. Music super quiet. Really? Hang on. Turn those off for a sec. Aha! I can obscure it. Ha! Like, I can crank it up. All right, well, let's do music seem fine. Yeah, but Andrew, this is a problem I encounter all the time, which is that it's there, but it's way, way quieter than my voice. So
the music on that intro video just seems to be quiet.
Yeah. All right, well, let's do it again then. Yeah, let's just do the titles and the credits again. It makes it a lot easier for me in post. Hey, everybody. Live production.
Okay.
Today, Star Wars looks really real. Maybe too real. This is CheckPoint. You say the volume was fine, but again, I assure you that it's the difference between my voice and the music voice is the music my volume and the music volume is a problem that I struggle with weekly. Yeah, the intro was a lot better as well because I wasn't literally making it up on the spot. All right, one more time with the credits, and then we'll finish this off. Coming up, developer 11-Bit has released modding tools for This War of Mine, because clearly the game's unrelentingly grim war-torn hopelessness needs a dubstep gun and a nude patch. Yep. Everything's great.
Seamless.
It'll look good on YouTube. Actually, I was pleased with the rest of the episode. All the actual story content I thought was good. So that's good. But yeah, that can you record the voice separately and balance it in post? Yes, but not if it's live. Do it live. Doing it live. I guess I could have done that after we went offline.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Dr. Graham, was that League of Legends lower third a reference to The Rock? It was.
Yay.
It was. So let's talk about the news. The news we did talk about. The news we... Oh, yes. Bring all that stuff back. The news we didn't talk about. Hang on. Notifier... Oh! Hello! Welcome back to Kitsune. A 3-month resub. Exachix Kitsune. There we are. And we'll bring back... Nope. And we'll bring back...
Good that warning is still there, though, just in case.
Yep, you never know. And that thing, which is there. And actually, you know what I kind of like? Boop, boop, boop.
Trying to get behind him.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Welcome back, Ed Roach.
Ed Roach, welcome back. Subber for 18 months.
Ted Beard, dear Dr. Graham, when can we expect the next amazing adventures of Agatha Fisty? I don't know. That one went up on Saturday, so maybe Saturday. I don't know.
I mean, I guess you gotta.
I'd like to do it regularly.
You gotta find time to actually record it, and then of course it actually has a little bit of editing.
Yeah, it does. It's that was about an hour of gameplay. There was a couple people in the comments who were like, "You're doing it wrong," or "I don't like the way that this is when it's edited." But
there's also
there was far more people saying that they enjoyed that. And that's what I want to do. So that's what it's going to be.
If you're, if you want unedited people playing Fallout 4,
there's plenty of that.
Yeah, that's not something that would be hard to find.
Are you doing the Fallout 4 Let's Play from home? Or the Moonbase? Yeah, I'm doing it from home. That's why I'm able to do it. Because I'm bummed that I haven't been able to do House of Stark recently, for the best of reasons. But I was like, well, I'm playing Fallout at home, and as it turns out, if you do game capture on the PS4, it records your microphone. So I'm doing it on PS4. The only problem is that I have to make sure I have to have my phone going on a timer so that I make sure to pause and capture the game recording every 15 minutes, because PS4 only does it in 15-minute chunks.
And if you don't capture it, it just deletes that?
Well, it doesn't delete it. It's because it does the previous 15 minutes. Oh. And so if I go a minute over, then I lose this minute.
You can't just say record and go?
Nope.
That's dumb.
Yep. Admiral Mamo, yeah, I actually, a lot of people asked me that on Twitter as well, and I responded as such on Twitter. So Admiral Mamo's asking, the big question several people have is why James's Agrarian Skies Let's Play is on the Loading Ready Live channel, but Agatha Fisty, my Fallout 4 play, is on the Loading Ready Run channel. I thought James was going to put it on the main channel. We talked about this actually on Saturday. We were all sitting around being like, where should this live? What makes the most sense? And we think that, like, leaving the Loading Ready Live channel for stream replays and unedited stuff makes more sense. And because this and something like Agrarian Skies is more edited, that it's better to get it in front of more people's eyes, and that it makes more sense to live on the main channel. There's no...
I mean...
Like, we don't want to clog the main channel with all the stream replays, which is why it's on its own channel. But at the same time, this is... Like, these things are both, like... It's a more produced content that I think can deserve to live there. And we may move James's thing over.
If at some point, we're doing, like, a whole ton of more sort of Let's Play edited stuff, maybe we'll move that somewhere else, but...
Yeah. So... Maybe he'll move AS2 over. He said new episode today, so hopefully... Yeah, I will talk to him about that. Yeah, Uno also thought he was going to put it on the main thing, because I didn't know he was going to put it up. We talked about it, right after he recorded it. We sort of, like, bandied back and forth, because he recorded, like, a big chunk with Uno all at once, and it's, like, 3 episodes worth, I think. And we were sort of just discussing it, but we never, like, landed on a thing. And then it went online on the live channel, and I was like, okay.
I think he was kind of the idea. He was kind of testing the waters.
I think so, which makes perfect sense. But I think we should maybe move that episode over, and then add the new thing, and then make some playlists. And anyway,
all right. So stuff.
Oh yeah, right. So the Star Wars thing. I mean, it's not like an amazing like news piece, but if you have like a high enough resolution monitor and a powerful enough like pipe that you can stream. Like 4K 60 FPS video.
It's pretty
crazy.
Yeah. The funny thing is, when I was getting the video and graphics for that story, I just looked for like Star Wars 4K, and I ended up actually getting like, and then I was watching it, I was like, man, this is pretty. All right, download, grab, and it turned out what I had grabbed was just 4K footage of the normal Star Wars Battlefront. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I went back and did like Star Wars 4K, like real life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa! It's like it was already really pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that Rebellious Uno. That was another problem.
As a lot of people have pointed out, being more pretty was maybe not what Star Wars Battlefront really needed.
No.
But it's nice. Although I did have a lot of people I was amused by a lot of people in the comments to the real life thing being like, if this is just like a shader change, why don't they do this themselves? It looks so good. You know what? It's like because they want it playable by people.
Yeah, you don't have not everyone has that computer that can run that thing.
Yeah.
I want to see it. see a demake back to look like Dark Forces, where everyone's sprites.
That'd be sweet.
I like Dark Forces.
Yeah.
The Valve story was again, it's not like news, but the fact that Valve was like, yeah, 77,000 Steam accounts get hacked every month is like, whoa. God, I'm sure I can't read the chat while I'm doing the show, of course, but I'm sure many people recognize the Homestar reference in there. That is not a small number. That is a big number. And the article is like, and these are CS:GO professionals. These are big Reddit users. These are traders. This is not just like some random teenager who has a Steam account. These are people who like think that their account's probably fine. And again, if they lose anything, Valve fixes it. But it's like, what a pain for Valve.
I love that they're actually putting stuff in place. They're basically putting stuff in place like, they're having to kind of do like basically what credit card companies do, or banks, doing tracking for what people do in their, looking for unusual patterns of usage. They're putting in like delays for trading. Like you can't, if you don't have two-factor authentication, they're making it so you have to wait 3 days to confirm a trade.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like it's.
They're trying.
Yeah, they're trying, but they're basically having to. This is a problem when all these companies
it's
are
an uphill battle.
All these companies are creating these kind of alternative monetary systems, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're creating, everything's with like Steam dollars or with whatever. I mean, Xbox Live not anymore, but people like create these alternative currencies, but then it turns out you have to deal with all the other shit that people have to deal with real currencies. I have more value in my Steam account than my bank. It's not necessarily something that's good, but...
Well, they did follow it up with a sad face.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, so the League of Legends thing. Again, amazing numbers. Are you
significantly
okay?
More, like... if you look at, like, say, I don't know, the Stanley Cup...
Yeah.
It's... Concurrent numbers for the Stanley Cup is, like, 8 million.
Yeah, so I looked at, of course, because people are going to be like... it's like, oh, esports is finally getting, viewership comparable to regular sports. And then some jackass goes, well, the Super Bowl. Now, if you're interested, Super Bowl 2015 was 114 million, which is 100 million more than the finals of League of Legends. If you're not talking about the fucking literal Super Bowl, that's really good. 14 million concurrent people watching the finals of the League of Legends World Championships is astonishing.
And 36 million
unique over the course of the thing. It's really
and
good.
This is and by the way, they mentioned it in the thing. The finals were in Germany. So in North America, this was like 3 a.m.
Yeah. It not insignificant. So pretty cool there. Right. So the Who's Your Daddy game is like, it's the graphics in it are just stupid looking enough that it doesn't feel that weird. It's dark. It's a very dark idea for a game. I kind of like it.
There's already because there's been a couple of games that have come out where the objective is to kill yourself.
Yeah,
there's
which is like
there's like 30 seconds to die and a few other ones.
Yeah,
which are it's always a little weird, but it's kind of
within the narrative, within like a video game narrative where in video games the point is to not die, being like but what if the point is to die, is like, okay, I see that, but then you get into this weird sort of like suicide thing that's not great.
But then taking that and having it as like an actual it's an actual like versus thing, like one person is trying to kill themselves and the other person is desperately trying to stop them from killing themselves.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah.
It also reminds me of there's that great, I don't know if he's still doing it, but there's a guy who had a great blog called like why am I kid is crying or why my baby is crying.
Oh yeah.
And it was just pictures of his like 2-year-old son like crying, and captions as to why. He's like, will not let. It's like, Daddy will not let me, eat poison.
Yeah. Lyco Drake. We're not going to talk about the Oath leaks right now. We probably will. We're never on silenced mode. Like, WotC doesn't have that. We don't work for them. So if news is public, it's public. That said, I'm actually noticing a lot of people who are kind of annoyed about the leak. Like,
not just people who work for
like a lot of content creators are like, well, this sort of like fucks our whole plan, right? Like the episode we recorded for later, like this is not us. I was seeing some other people being like, the episode we recorded for this week is now out of date because all this stuff happened, or and it ruins the sort of the flow and the surprise of spoiler season.
And also, I mean, Wizards distributes spoilers to a bunch of different people. Obviously, we often get spoilers.
Yeah, so I have no idea what our spoiler card is. And if it was one of the ones spoiled, because we haven't got it yet, so I don't know.
But if it was one of the ones
that happened once, I can't remember which one. I was looking through the playlist last night, and I couldn't remember which one it was. But one of our spoiler cards got leaked. This was several years back. Got leaked before we did the video.
It was like right before.
Right before, yeah. So it was like surprise.
Kind of stole our thunder.
Yeah. So I don't know. So many spoiler cards for people to drive traffic to sites. Exactly. That's like a big thing for Magic content creators, is the spoiler cards to drive traffic to these websites that people might not check out otherwise. So.
And I mean, Wizards of the Coast knows that. They use it to transfer around.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Bone Scythe Sliver. That was the one. Yeah. Because it was a promo card, I think. I can't remember. Anyway. And then and then the Blizzard story was kind of interesting. This was an interview with Jeff Kaplan that he did with Eurogamer, that was sort of restructured on Gamasutra, and he was like, we were kind of taken aback at BlizzCon. People were like, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? And then they were like, we don't know. We're making the game. Whoa there. And again, like I said, people, they're like, this is what we're going to do. And people were like, yeah, but how are you going to, like, you're selling us a game for $60 and then you're just going to give us free updates? I don't understand. And they're like, yeah.
People are highly suspicious.
Like video games used to be. And it's, I mean, Blizzard has that luxury that they can do that, right? They can be like, oh, just going to sell a game like you used to do. But it's it's funny that like one of the companies that makes people really wary about that have been nickel and diming people is Activision, and they're the same company, and so it's a little weird.
I mean, maybe this is a probably not, but I mean, this is one of those things where it's like the DLC thing, worked real good for a while, and the Project $10 or whatever, all the various different microtransaction things were working real well, but it may be that the momentum has kind of run out on that.
And I think this direction, which is also the direction that Activision has moved Destiny in, is a much better direction, where it's free content, but supported by
have sort of large updates every once in a while.
Well, no, supported by cosmetic microtransactions.
Oh, cosmetic, yeah.
Like, they've said that because in the first year of Destiny, it was you buy the game, and then there's an expansion, and you buy the expansions. And now they've said that they're, instead of doing, like, expansion a couple times a year, they're going to be doing more frequent, more constant content for free, but also they have this real money this real money commerce where you can buy cosmetic stuff that doesn't affect gameplay, like different dances or emotes or whatever.
I was looking at a thing that apparently in terms of Destiny, that has been a little controversial. That people are like, so, like, we're just gonna get like little things for this whole year.
That's the problem. Is communication is a constant challenge for Bungie, because because everyone's like, okay, that all right,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
What's the next expansion going to be? And they were like, well, we got the Sparrow Racing,
Yeah, well, they
which
actually,
is sweet, by the way.
But
Sorry, real quick. Sparrow Racing is actually amazing, and I not just that it's fun. I am super impressed with how much effort and like depth was put into it. Even though there's only 2 tracks, there's a lot of work that went into Sparrow, like way more than I thought they would do. I figured they'd be like, yeah, Sparrow Racing, here you go. But no, it's way more involved than I thought. However, people were, at the Sony day, I can't remember what the name of it was, the Sony experience. People were like, okay, but what about an actual expansion? Because you said that, you'd be giving us more content, but you haven't told us what content, so we don't trust you yet.
And the Sparrow, they actually, the mistake they made is they actually specifically called out the Sparrow Racing thing as like an example of something that they wanted to do more of going forward.
Yeah.
And people are like, that was cool, but we also want actual, Taken King, we want actual stuff.
Yeah.
And also Sparrow Racing is a time limited thing too, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you look at something like Iron Banner, right, which is a higher competition, higher reward theoretically. Don't worry about it. PvP thing, and so the way that works is like once a month, typically Iron Banner shows up for a week, and then it's an Iron Banner week, and then it goes away again. And so Sparrow Racing it's here for 3 weeks. It's here for like the latter half of December, sort of through the holidays, and then it's going to go away, and they're probably going to retool it, and presumably then at some point it'll come back. Probably with a new track. Like it's not that they're taking it away again. It's that it was always going to be a sometimes.
Yeah, it's a little bit like League of Legends does the weird mods.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right. So other stories.
So this isn't like a big story, but Oscar Isaac, who's the star of Ex Machina and the upcoming Star Wars Force Awakens.
He looks totally different. We were looking at pictures in Ex Machina. He plays sort of like. By the way, if you haven't seen Ex Machina, really good movie. You should definitely watch it. He plays a sort of
a bummer, but
but he plays sort of a like Elon Musky. Not Elon Musk. Who's help me out here? Google.
Sergey Brin.
Yeah, Sergey Brin. That kind of.
It's like Elon Musk.
Something smells Elon Musky. That kind of character in that movie, but sort of like taken to extremes. And he's got like very, very, very short hair and a giant beard. And then in the Star Wars movie, he's the X-Wing pilot. He's completely shaved and has like big puffy tousle hair. It looks totally different. Completely different guy.
So he, they were talking to him, and just came up in a random interview that he was doing.
Because they were asking about
Battlefront.
Well, because he's doing voice work for the Star Wars Force Awakens video game.
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, have you ever done video game work before?" And he was like, "Once, but I got fired."
Yeah, and they were like, "Really? What game?" And he's like, "Dante's Inferno." And then the interviewer is like, "That was a terrible game."
Yeah, and he was like, I know. Dodge that bullet.
Yeah. If you wanted to know more about Dante's Inferno, you can watch really long Let's Play that we did with Brad.
He's Apocalypse? I had no idea.
Wow. Or the voice of, anyway.
Neat. Oh yeah, so the face scanning to WWE 2K16 is finally in the game, and I know that some people told me about that on Twitter. They're like, "Hey, this could be useful for you," but I'm not actually going to use it because it makes people look like homunculuses. It's not perfect system, and I think it's better to leave the characters in the game look like game characters than tread too far into the uncanny valley. But yeah, it's like it's the iOS or Android, like take a picture of your face and then put the face in the game on the wrestler.
The scanning in logos could be good though.
That's true. Well, I mean, I did that, but you can do that just from uploading stuff from your computer.
Oh, okay.
So, Battlefront. You want to talk about Drift?
Yeah, okay, so Drift is a game that I believe it just came out for Gear VR, which is just one of the it's the Samsung VR thing, but it's it's a game. It's a game where you play.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Lyco Drake. Apparently, the Autumnal Rumble just went up on the Loading Ready Live YouTube.
Oh, nice. But you play. I guess you play an assassin, but more accurately, you play the bullet of an assassin. So I love the review of it is like, in the first like 30 seconds of this game, you'll figure out whether you can do it or not because it's pretty nausea-inducing because you are the bullet.
Yeah.
So the game starts with you being fired out of a gun.
And then you have to steer.
Yeah. If you think of like all the things that you might want to do in total VR first-person mode, flying through the air as a bullet seems like one of those things that would not be relaxing.
Mm-hmm. Graham, while you're here, you're going to have time to run a mock Royal Rumble on stream in the next 6 weeks. I mean, we did one. We did a mock Royal Rumble. Got to figure out what to do going forward. I looked into it, 2K16, after the fact. And I looked into the...
Were you on 2K15 before?
No,
no.
It's more on 16, but I looked into like the create the My Universe mode, where you actually like, you set up shows, you make rosters for the shows, you set up alliances and rivalries, and then you can just sort of like you can go through like a whole year. You do like the weekly shows and then monthly pay-per-view, and like you can set how long the rivalries will be, and it'll go up and down, and people will gain or lose stats depending on how things shake out, and you can still let the computer control everything, and it looks pretty cool. It also looks like an absolute crushing bore to set up and a complete ass pain. And so I'm not sure that I'll do that. I was like, ooh, this could really work. And then I looked into it and it was like, it seems like a real pain in the dick. So maybe we'll just do things like the Autumnal Rumble where I do just a fake PPV like that. I don't know when the next one will be, but
I feel like it could get kind of samey too if you did too many of just the So
yeah.
I think saving it for special things it's good.
yeah. Boo 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 boo.
This is actually pretty cool. Tribes Ascension, I think it is.
Tribes Ascend.
Tribes Ascend, which is a game that came out in 2013.
Yeah, it came out in 2012. Most recent update in 2013.
Was in 2013. Just recently had a giant new update and put on it. Basically, the team that was working on it like did a whole other game.
Yeah.
And then they were like,
Smite.
Yeah, they did Smite, and then they were like, you know what? Let's do another update on Tribes Ascend. And so it's one of those things where it's like, yay for the believers who stood around, who kept playing the game. Usually something like that just kind of gets abandoned. So it's cool. I like that.
And not only that, but it's like a complete like revamp, and they anyone who had like put money into the game, they were like, because we've changed everything so much, here's that much credit for you to put back into how you want to do it now
for respecing.
Yeah, which is pretty sweet. Boo 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 boo. And so there was an interesting article. Let's talk about this one and then that one.
Sure, yeah.
We're done. There was an interesting article on Gamasutra about how working on gross, violent video games affects the people making it.
Yes, not
the people playing it.
Not the people playing it.
The people making it.
And the big chunk of the article is talking about one of the guys who worked on the design of the flood levels in Halo 3, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there are all these, they're like these really sort of nasty, organic-y things.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he spent like 2 weeks like looking at like diseased colons and horrible biological stuff. And he got like, he's saying that he's like he was a biology he has like biology training from university and stuff, and so he considers himself to be pretty unshakable into that stuff, but he's saying like after a while it really started getting to him. And that like people would just like stop coming by his desk.
Oh, because he's got weird gross stuff on the monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Well, and then but what was especially interesting though is there's that, and then contrasting it to the people who animated like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
But they're saying that the animators actually have it easy because they're working with like basically like a little mannequin guy,
Right.
and they're doing the thing. So it's like
The
and
modeling
then he
and
like
texture
and then he
is-
like pulls out, you know, a like looks like probably just like sausage links or something,
Right.
For like pulling out their intestines,
Right.
or and then like rip people's arms off, but there's no blood or anything. It's the animators who have to go in
Or
afterwards,
not the end.
or the artists that have to go
Yeah.
in and add all the nasty stuff there.
Yeah. And oh yeah, so this I couldn't figure out exactly when this turned into a thing, but so near the end of October, CD Projekt Red ran a contest in association with the new Witcher 3 expansion, Hearts of Stone. And the contest ended on November 10th, and this article just came out, but the actual like news was earlier. Anyway, the point is, the contest was the sort of the bad guy, the big bad, the like not quite literal devil, but kind of in Hearts of Stone. Gaunter O'Dim is this character who they said he'd appeared sort of in the background of different shots. And the contest was to find basically a Where's Waldo, find all instances of him, screenshot it, send it to CG Projekt Red, and whoever got them all would win. No one got them all, and it had to be whoever got the most. Because it turns out he wasn't just in Hearts of Stone, he'd been in the background for the whole game. And this Kotaku article contacted CG Projekt Red, and they sent him a bunch of screenshots of him just like secretly in the background in a whole bunch of shots.
And he was just like an NPC in the game.
Yeah, he has the
like-
most boring face.
Yeah.
He just looks like random fantasy man. He's sort of like square jawed, 5 o'clock shadow, whatever, and he's everywhere. And so it's really, really interesting. Actually, I'm gonna no, I can't do that. Here we go. I'm gonna link the article in the chat so you can see some of the pictures. There's actually, I don't want to give it away, but there's a similar thing in Fallout 4. That there's, I think I can do this. You get to a point where there's a character who knows, he's like heard of you. He like knows a bunch of the things that you've done. And you don't really realize until someone points it out to you, or like a second playthrough, that he's been following you. That he's like dressed as and labeled by the game as NPCs,
Right.
but still wears his glasses and has his voice. Like fate, like is him, but dressed as different NPCs that like
Nice.
has been following you sort of through the game. It's pretty crazy. So
The thing is, like, guys, like, I mean, not to criticize them, but in a Bethesda game, NPCs that look the same and also sound the same are not that uncommon.
true.
Like in Oblivion, there was like 5 people who did the voices for all the NPCs.
No, this is a little more distinct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, it's yeah. I don't want to say who it is or how you can recognize them, but it's pretty cool.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Let's welcome the people.
Welcome.
Welcome, people. Goodbye. No.
Whoop.
Welcome.
We have not a small number of subs.
We do not have a small number of subs, indeed. Bezakrick.
Wait.
What? What? Oh, right. Yes. Hang on. No, it's up. Whoop.
Yay.
There it is.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Da.
Sub welcome time.
Bezakrick with a 10-month resub. Welcome back, Bezakrick. Devin Sanity with a 24-month resub. The 2 years. Welcome back, Devin Sanity. Snorri the Nosebiter with a 7-month resub. Back
Wow.
off. Mercano.
It's somebody. So not a good bed companion.
No.
Snores and bites people's noses.
Mercano 82 with a 24-month resub, another 2 years. Spaghetti Fopped with a 2-month resub. And Alligator with Teeth with a 5-month resub.
Do you really need to specify that? Oh well.
38,911 basic bytes free. 38,911 basic bytes free with a 2-month resub.
Woo!
With, by the way, I mentioned this in my Fallout 4 Let's Play, but when you boot up the Pip-Boy for the first time, it says 64K RAM system, 38911 byte basic bytes free.
Nice.
Or it doesn't say basic, it says bytes free. And I'm like, that's the Commodore 64. I thought that was neat. Mysterious Challenger with a 3-month resub. Welcome back, Mysterious Challenger. Jekawoo with a 20-month resub. Kane SD with a 24-month resub. Yet another 2 years. Thank you so much. Insert witty phrase here with a 5-month resub. Cat Card, 8 months. Welcome back, Cat Card. Canon Spectacle with a 5-month resub. Welcome back, Canon Spectacle. Exachix Kitsune with a 3-month resub. Ed Roach with an 18-month resub. Arborist Andrew with a 3-month resub. Making those trees look nice. Litha with a 12-month resub. 1 year from Litha. Thank you so much. Yasurin91 with a 5-month resub. Welcome back, Yasurin91. Murderface 9797 with a 2-month resub. Welcome back,
Oh man,
MFMF9797.
the guy's so nice they named him twice, but they named Murder Face, which kind of defeats that.
Tukiozi with a 23-month resub. Cave Dog with a 6-month resub. And Arakel with a 13-month resub.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
So many subs.
Welcome back. What time is it? It is just about 2. So just about time to wrap it up. And then Paul will be back
With
for more Yoshis.
Yep.
Yay! More adorable Yoshis.
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yoshi's Woolly World. Yoshi's Woolly World. Yoshi's Woolly World.
So, yeah, let me just think here. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Dude, no?
I don't think so. Sounds like I was gonna say check out the Fallout 4 Let's Play and let me know what you think, but it sounds like a lot of people have.
Mm-hmm.
Really good conversion rate on that on the straw poll actually.
What was the straw poll?
It was where I'm gonna go next.
Oh.
Because I have the only quest I have is to go to Diamond City, and so the straw poll is either do I go to Diamond City, do I go due east, or do I go due south, until I get distracted by something.
Right.
And I won't. You can go check out the results if you want, but 1,182 votes so far, and
wow, very good.
There's certainly a definitive winner, but it's close.
It's very tight.
Yeah, so could be interesting. Not watching anything Fallout 4 till I get it myself. That's fair. That's fair. Someone was asking me if it's a spoiler-free walkthrough, and I'm like, I don't know what you mean by that. So it's like, kind of in that I'm not going to be talking about anything that happens later. I'm not going to be like, of course, at the end of the game this happens, but you can't.
What is a spoiler-free walkthrough?
Yeah, like to me, spoiler-free means that it's like it's not going to spoil the end of the game, but because you can't do a let's play and have it be spoiler-free unless you don't do anything. It's like, sure, the sort of beginning plot of the game gets spoiled because that's what happens in the first 15 minutes of the game. So I don't know.
The whole screen is like blacked out.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Just around the person.
Yeah.
I vote due south. I'm Paul Gross fan.
Nice! I was wondering how many people were going to make due south jokes. More
people should have.
Yeah. 50s car makers were fond of spoilers. That's true. That is true. So, this Let's Play is me standing around doing nothing. Yeah. I've gone to live in the woods.
I like the idea of it's like it just has like your first person thing of like your gun or whatever, and then moving around, but everything else is like blacked out.
You can just see the gun.
Yeah, so you can just see the gun moving around.
Nice.
And so it's like, oh, he shot at something. Maybe.
That's true. I guess can't wear hats. I guess I could just spend the entire time building a town in Sanctuary, but I'm not doing that in this
You can
playthrough.
build a town. Spoilers.
Curses.
Thought you said this was spoiler free.
I'm so sorry.
Right. Also, war never changes. So
Right.
already that's. I mean, you basically know what's going to happen because war never changes.
Exactly. Okay. So that is it for Checkpoint. And we will talk to you next time. Thank you all for watching. And come back in an hour for Paul playing Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
It is.
It's so much fun.
Almost terminally cute. It has an amazing amount of cuteness. When you can make they make I don't know, not just like, puppies cute. Obviously a puppy is cute. But they make everything. Like you can make like a cute bullet.
Yeah.
It's like that's not a thing that should be cute. Yeah.
Aww. I got adorably punctured. Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.